to Powerful Prevention for Parents in 3, where we will tackle important topics in substance use prevention in 3 minutes. Here at Caron Treatment Center's Education Alliance, we know that the best time to stop substance use is before it starts. My name is Selena Morresi, and I'll be talking to you today about Eat Your Veggies, growing up big and strong, both mentally and emotionally. How many of you out there have said to your kids when they were little, eat your veggies so that you can grow up big and strong? We watched every morsel of food that went into their mouths. We worried if they were getting enough of the right nutrients so that they could grow up healthy. And then one day, in the blink of an eye, we were looking them in the eye. We could breathe a sigh of relief. We did it. They grew up big and strong. However, we can't let our guard down just yet. Although they may look like adults, our job is not yet done. Inside, they still have a lot of growing to do. We know that their brain is not fully developed until they're approximately 25 years old. We know that the last part of their brain to develop is the frontal lobe, which is responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and logical reasoning. Have you ever said to your kid, "What were you thinking?" when they did something they clearly didn't think through? And they look at you confused and said, "I don't know." The reality is they truly don't know why, because they never considered the consequences. This is the best illustration of the frontal lobe still growing. It's not that they aren't capable of rational thought, it's just that it doesn't always kick in when needed. It's because their brains are learning and growing that we as parents need to ensure that this process is not interrupted. Substances of abuse, like nicotine, alcohol, and marijuana, interfere and complicate that growth. As teens, their brains are vulnerable and trying to work out all the kinks. When substances are introduced, they direct the brain to do certain things. For kids whose brains are trying to figure things out, this direction is welcome and can even reward them. This process can encourage our kids to use substances again and can become dependent on substances quicker than even an adult would. In the addiction world, we have a term called emotional harassment, which means that at the age someone started using, their brain's ability to mature and grow slows down while substances take over and direct. In other words, the coping skills needed, like rational decision-making, thinking before we act, maturely handling tough times, is compromised. For people who seek treatment later in life, establishing when they first started using substances is important because that helps us understand the level of functioning when it comes to coping skills. Their brains must relearn how to cope with life without substances. Therefore, we want to keep our teens substance-free and allow their vulnerable brains the chance to grow uninterrupted. We can prevent them from so many potential struggles later in life, an investment I'm sure you agree is worthwhile. When we know better, we do better. And now you know. Thanks for listening.